miles, somewhere in there. And you can do a loop on it. So you can actually go out on either the AT or the Ben McKay Trail and then come back on the other. So you do like a 500-something mile loop. I think that's probably what I'm going to end up doing. I'd love to see that part of the Smokies where the Ben McKay drops, because it's further south. It's the
I
most
didn't go
popular area.
all the way to New Clear and Gap. You know, like I said, I cut off one of Clemens, but that area from Montana, they're just old Model Ts, Model A's on the side of the trail that, you know, during the Depression they had a flat. They couldn't get rubber, and the tires were so expensive. They just abandoned the vehicle.
I've heard different stories about that. So
that's just the story I've heard anyway. But yeah.
The one I heard was that they were old bootlegging cars.
Well, they may have been, but they had flats. And,
I got you. Yeah, that was. I've heard the cars there, but I've also heard that it's just it's a whole different view of the Smokies because you're staying further south. So, and that's the longest trail in the Smokies as well. It's 90-something miles. So.
Well, my boss said if we come up, that's one thing I've thought about doing. I want to research a few things, but coming up to the Tunnel of Nowhere and maybe coming up to that old town there, just kind of picking different sections, like depending on the weather, going from Rome down to 19E.
Yeah.
We had to shut down in 13. I started at 19E and went south to Hot Springs.
Okay.
And great hike.
Yeah, that's awesome hike.
But there's some places, that he and I can go, you don't have to worry about, do like a, 1 or 2 nighter. That way you don't worry about weather as much, or not riding as much. I think you'll enjoy that more. And I'll enjoy that more. Another thing with us is coming over back up, we got to get back pretty quick. So being quick access to the vehicles is pretty important.
Yeah, that's true. Somewhere you have to get back to. They gotta send you. Okay. So you're still there.
And so my detail in Alaska is up the 26th of January. Mm-hmm. So I don't know what's going to happen, if it's going to extend it or what's going to happen.
Gotcha. So what do? They just send you around on different government projects? Is that how it works?
They have details that open up. You can put in for it. So
okay.
Put in for that one.
That sounds really cool. I mean, you get to see a lot of the country doing that, I would imagine. A lot of different things.
The hurricane part of it is kind of a team that a group of us go out. Usually we're only out for 2 or 3 weeks at a time. But 2 years ago, between Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico and Everglades and Texas too, I guess. Texas was only there for a few days. But the deal in Puerto Rico for the summer was a little bit different. It was actually a contracted deal with FEMA.
Okay. So what did y'all deal with mostly? Just trying to get the infrastructure back?
Well, they're what they call their national parks, the Puerto Rican parks, and then some of their cultural sites, trying to get them up and running.
I guess
so. When for example, the trail, figuring out how many people it would take to clear it.
Okay.
Bridge was out, how much it would cost to replace it, that kind of stuff.
I guess.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. It's a pretty neat little area through here.
And every time I'm back here taking a show, people back on, man, what do these people do for a living? And a lot of them have the farms and stuff. I'm assuming a lot of people also probably telecommute. Some of them
down into Gainesville, or there's so much coming around here. Like you got stuff over in Ball Ground, Toccoa, but it's mainly here is Gainesville, and then down 400 into Cumming, because you got all those warehouses and all that industry right in that area. Yeah, I had friends that lived in Beaufort, and they were like, "Yeah, we moved here before any of this was here." It's kind of gets your attention when you like I pick people up from the MARTA station to come up here and start that through hike, and it's like you just see it, how far it's just crept and crept and crept, and you're hoping it stays away from this part, but inevitably it's gonna keep expanding. I mean, there's so many people
told me that Alaska's actually population has decreased, which surprises me.
Really?
I don't know if that's more so Anchorage that's decreased and Alaska's not, but
that seems like, yeah. I mean, I would think it would, basing it off of a big population spot like that. I don't know if I could live in a place like that. I'd love to go visit. I don't know that I could live there. I would think it would have to take a lot to get used to.
well, I don't know if you hunt or fish.
I fish. I'm not a big hunter.
Well, that area is like
A mecca.
pretty much any kind of fish that they have in that area. I mean, it's like world class fishing. So people bring the bush planes in and just go lake to river to, you name it. So
How does it work out there? I mean, is the majority of the land public land?
It's 4 million acres, Lake Quarry National Park.
Oh, wow.
So there's little outholdings, little cabins kind of scattered throughout the park. But it's basically people fly in with a bush plane into whatever lake, fish count, like sports hunting. But to me, I mean, the fishing is more attractive than anything to me.
Yeah, I would.
Dog sheep, for example, a moose, for example, is so big. I don't need to shoot a moose. A moose is so much meat. I don't.
Right.
But, a dog sheep is something I'd probably be interested in. But some of these fish, I mean, you can live off the twin salmon and trout and burbot.
So I guess that's a lot of the revenue that the national park takes in, based off of that.
Well, I mean, we're one of the least visited parks in the Park Service. So you get people that fly into Port Osworth and visited us on their way to hunting lodge or fishing lodge, or Samaritan's Perch is right there. With the Wounded Warriors and Sprinkling Grounds charity, Billy Graham's son.
Oh, okay.
So his headquarters there. It's about probably 160, 180 people in the little town there. School.
Yeah, there.
He built the school, so they have a real nice school.
Yeah, we've got the littlest school in Georgia. Woody Gap School. And graduating class last year was 3. So it's kindergarten through 12th grade. And there's 60 some odd students.
That's probably not what this school is.
Yeah.
So it probably, think about the same size community, maybe. A lot of them are summer only. The kids aren't, but a lot of the people that come in for the summer, like the hunting lodges, all they closed during the winter.
I just figured it might, I would think they'd have to be permitted, and if they were hunting on the land.
Well, their hunt season a lot earlier, so like their sports season closes probably in October. And by then, your lake starts to freeze a little bit, so you can't have skis in. You can't have the floats in.
Right.
But it's not thick enough to bring your winter skis in. So it's just until things start freezing over, you can't really get planes in.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a whole different animal there.
They have subsistence hunting, so if you're a permanent resident to those areas, like if you're a resident in Anchorage, you get to be for just that area. Sure, you can get it, but their hunting season starts like December the 14th or something. It goes to January the 14th. So like your permanent residents in those little rural areas,
almost every day in the summer, this summer, and there'd be something sitting on my porch, corn, you name it, somebody's garden. A little note saying, hey, we, you know, just harvested this. Hope you and Sonya enjoy it. It's incredible.
They don't have ATMs there.
No,
There's no ATM in the entire town.
we don't even have a gas station.
So they have like a little, like a snack shop, I guess. It opens up part of the Bible study there. And,
Okay.
And then I think there's like a little, I'd say general store, a little kind of general store type thing. They tried to open it last time. I was going to make it or not. It was pretty expensive.
Yeah.
You don't have a place to go eat, I guess what I'm really saying. You've got one place where they raise vegetables, and they're open, I think, one night a week or 2 nights a week or something. But, so when there's any kind of ball game, everybody goes to the ball games, whether they got kids playing or not. Because it's a place you get a hamburger, fries, and a Coke.
Oh, yeah. That's cool. So you're gonna head over to North Carolina?
Yeah, I'm gonna call my boss first when I get service up here and talk to him for a little bit, see what he wants to do. And I'm probably gonna go up to Fontana today, either there or Chattanooga area. Probably Fontana though. Just like I said, I like that area. Look at the weather and talk to him. Because he was gonna try to get up this weekend. I just want to make sure he's not already on his way. And I can get back and we'll figure out when to come back next week.
Yeah, you'll have to come off of Diggs Creek to get service.
Yeah,
That's the only gap that really just doesn't have any service at all.
yeah, I'm probably going to town, get something to eat, and I'll just do all that there.
I hear you. So what was your trail name, or did you have
Mississippi. You know, when I hiked, there's one other guy from Mississippi, I think that year, that came out early.
Okay.
Probably about this time. And he was out for, I think, 10 days or so, and went back. He was from Biloxi, the coast.
Right.
Went back, and I don't know if he ever came back out or not. That's the only other person I've heard of from Mississippi the year he came out.
So when did you start?
March 2nd.
Bunch of people like it is now, or?
Well, that year, I was going to start March 1st, but they had that big blizzard come through and Atlanta was shut down. We had 4 to 6 inches of snow and ice. So it seemed like really between March the 15th through kind of April the 1st was kind of the big push when everybody started.
Gotcha.
There was probably, between most everybody moved their date to the 2nd, so the 1st. The day I started, there were probably 16, 17 people started.
God, that's a lot different now.
Oh yeah, and I was trying to think.
That sounds like almost like when I started, there was only 6.
Yeah.
6 southbounders that had registered for.
Well, I was telling someone yesterday.
I think I met 2, only 2 of them. I met it was.
I'm pretty sure I was like number 113 and 114 in the register. I think. Maybe
So
mistaken.
you were early.
Yeah.
They've already shuttled a guy from Spain to Immacolora a couple of days ago, and he was number 28. So, golly, I don't know. I could start this early though. It'd be a tough hike starting in January.
Yeah.
I mean, it's already a tough hike.
Yeah.
However you do it, but
Not having the leaves on the trees is really nice for the views.
that is nice.
But it's also, you don't get that any kind of relief from the wind.
That's true. It's a lot colder. You got to be carrying, you know, obviously a few extra pounds just if you don't know what's going to happen. I mean, you got to be prepared for everything.
I think also, like, the layering, you know, from when you're getting exposed to when you're getting behind it, being able to put on a jacket real quick and take one off real quick.
Yeah.
Somebody getting overheated and getting cold, getting overheated, that's when people get sick.
That's true.
You know, you really have to.
Yeah, I didn't even I think I carried an extra pair of clothes for the first, probably up until Pennsylvania, and realized that was as was a wasted
I had
amount of weight.
I had more clothes than I needed. But man, I slept comfortable. I had like a full fleece pants and a fleece pullover I'd sleep in every night.
Yeah. Oh, I had that. I had definitely had a pair of sleeping clothes.
I probably had 4 pair of hiking outfits with me at any time too. I mean, I really, like right now, I got, I got a base layer and I got a t-shirt I put over that, and then I got this thing I put over, and I usually I don't have my down jacket on.
Do you, what do you think your pack was?
When I started, it was 56 pounds.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
I was real heavy too, and mine was my wife's insistence that I take 12 days worth of food.
Well, I had 8 pounds worth of camera gear.
Oh, okay.
So I kind of got rid of that stuff, and I stayed probably about between 40 and 45, 46 pounds.
Still, that's heavy, but
yeah. My pack was 42 pounds when I weighed it on the way up here, and that didn't include no water. It was just my pack. I don't think my camera was in there either.
Yeah.
But I'm not a speedy, fast hiker. I think I probably 2 miles an hour is pretty consistent for me. Now, like when I was on the trail hiking, 2 miles per hour didn't matter what, if it was steep or whatever it was.
Right.
Now going up a mountain is going to be a lot slower than that.
I think that's the biggest. I think a lot of people think it's the amount of mileage due, and when you get your trail legs, and then it's really the pace that I found was totally different. I mean, I was always a fairly fast hiker, but when I started hiking, well, I finished with my son and my wife and my brother-in-law and some friends of ours. And the first, we started at Cooper Gap, and to hike and finish. And we get to the top of Sassafras, and I'm sitting there waiting on everybody. And my son gets there, and he's like, "Dad, you gotta slow down." I was like, "I was going slow." He goes, "No, you're not going slow." He's like, "You're going really fast." And I'm like, I didn't even realize I was hiking fast. So this summer, I hiked with a guy that finished the AT from England, and he stayed with us for a few weeks. His visa, he wanted to stick around, so we did some hiking together, and yeah, he left me in the dust, and I was like, that's it, that's the through hiker pace.
Now, do you have a hostel here?
No.
Are y'all looking to do anything like that? Or?
There was a time when I thought about it because of where I live. Off the trail, I live really off the back of Ramrock. But I don't know. I like meeting people and staying around the trail, but I'm not. I don't know if I could handle having people at my house all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think
privacy
so.
there, you lose a little bit of it. So
now, is your number in the guidebook?
AWOL. I just got into AWOL this year, and then Alda does their guidebook, the Hiker's Handbook.
Well, I got the companion.
Hiker's Companion.
I don't think it was anything. It had one. It said other services. It was Jim or something.
I don't know what year you got.
I just got this year's 2019. So I called Neil Scalp, and they're the ones that gave me your number.
Okay. I'd like to see which one it is.
I got the pages. I grabbed the pages. Actually, the Neil Scalp, I have the book. It's in my bag. It's the one that the Long Distance Hiker Association puts out?
Yeah. Well, I talked to them. They were supposed to put my information in.
Let's look. And I was looking under Neil's Gap. Maybe I should have looked under Woody's Gap.
I don't know how they had it set up. So maybe at the beginning of it. I don't know.
Well, I looked because I thought maybe they'd have something with shuttles before or at the end.
Yeah.
Now, I just got it before I came out here, and I called myself going through it pretty good, but I may have
now there's a possibility that they didn't do what they said they were going to do. Now the craze is gut hooks. So everybody's got the gut download it into your phone, and then you got to pay for the trail, whatever trail it is. They have several trails. So that app, basically, it works off of your GPS on your phone. You don't have to have coverage. So essentially, if you wander off the trail, or you're not sure,
Yeah.
you can pull it up and it'll show you where you're at, where the trail is, how close the next shelter is, the next water source, you name it, that sort of thing.
I use All Trails app. You got it?
Nope.
Man, it's got every trail on there. I mean, even in Puerto Rico, I'd pull it up and I could figure out the
I'll
length
have
of
to check it
trails.
out,
Yeah,
for
it's
sure.
free.
Yeah. I'll definitely look at it.
Here, let me go and sell it to you and then get my books.
All right.